So when I got here, I didn't think I was going to do a joke about God, but he looks like he's dressed for his own funeral, and with his family history, he might be. As Sean said, my name's Coffman. I live in Galena. I suffer from severe social anxiety disorder, which manifested as agoraphobia. I went years without leaving my house but a few times a month. My family was always really supportive, but they never referred to me as agoraphobic. They called me something else. It was a failure. So I actually prepared a clean set tonight because I thought it was an all-ages show. So this is a children's joke for adults. What kind of carpet do you find in an igloo? Burr, burr. So I was sitting at the bar the other day, struck up a conversation with the guy next to me. I said, well, what do you do? He said, I'm a hippie. What do you do? I said, I'm a comedian. He goes, wow, our jobs are a lot alike. I said, really? He said, yeah, it's all about the execution. So as I stated, I suffer from severe anxiety disorder. I've been heavily medicated more than half of my life. But yet every time I go into my psychiatrist to get my meds refilled, he always asks me the exact same question. Do you have any thoughts of hurting yourself or others? And I always say, no more than normal. And not once has he asked a person who's been committed 3 times what I think normal is. So I'm pretty sure he's the one who needs the medication and not me. But I guess you guys can judge after I'm done here. So I think America should enact stronger gun laws. But first, I think we need to enact stronger dragon ownership laws. Because I have it on good authority, there's 422 unregistered dragons in the United States. And just imagine, a gun causes a mass shooting. A dragon could decimate an entire county, maybe 2 or 3 before it's done. I'm not quite sure if that joke is about gun control or mental illness. So I'm a cinephile, meaning I love to watch movies. I've noticed that in all their movies, James Bond has slept with over 50 women. And Indiana Jones has slept with 3 women. James Bond has no kids. Indiana Jones has 1 kid from the first girl he slept with. That just tells me either James's gun isn't so golden, or Indiana Jones has some of the worst damn luck on earth. I love the new tax generation we live in. Finally, we've admitted I care so little about this conversation, I'm not even going to waste the breath it takes to have. You condemn your way to the top. A few years back, there was a presidential election, and we had a candidate come through town, and his wife got on stage and said quite possibly the most American thing I've ever heard. She said, like the Lone Ranger at the Alamo, we will prevail. That woman was mere votes from becoming the 2nd most important woman in the United States. So don't worry about your book reading. The Lone Ranger was at the Alamo. I love people with silly names, especially famous people. There's a football coach named Jim Bob Cooter. And he can only be a football coach or a venereal disease that 18th century Southern girls are warned about before their first cotillion. Like, ladies, be careful of your unmentionables around the po' boys. You don't want to end up with the Jim Bob Cooter like poor Abigail did last year. I don't think there should be any law that applies to people under the age of 10 or over the age of 8. Because I think if those 2 age demographics ran the black market, it would be awesome. Just imagine getting an organ for transplant or a pound of blow for just a hug. I think the term under the weather is the worst excuse on earth Because aren't we all under the weather? And if we weren't, wouldn't we be dying in space? My favorite job of all time, I was a psychic at a casino. I got fired 2 weeks in because I was doing the same reading. You're more than likely to lose money. Now, I was off to like a Hall of Fame start to my career with like a 67% confirmed fortune. But those assholes over at the Certified Psychic Council were like, nope, you can't do that anymore. I can only imagine this is what Pete Rose feels like. So my family often worries about my mental health. They always tell me, you need to get a hobby. So I did. I became a pessimist. To be honest, didn't start off all that great. I don't think it's getting any better. I'm terrified by the idea that there's someone out there for everyone. Because if that premise ever had to be proven, I picture women running that shit like the NFL draft. And the beautiful people pick first and draft other beautiful people. And I'll be sitting at home like, oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And I hear, with the 1,298,476th pick, the lazy-eyed Boston red-headed hair-lip selects Coffman. I have to listen to some sportscaster go over a bunch of white guy cliches to describe me like, oh, he doesn't have an ideal size. He's a real thinker, though. Has a real motor for the game. So, I hate the internet is inventing new days. Every time I get online, there's a new day invented. But some of them that stick out, like National Pancake Day, or we just had Star Wars Day, or Rainbow Day. I want to know, when is Give a Broke Comedian a Hand Job Day? Because I guarantee that I will show way more appreciation for it than a pancake. So I'm going to close with this. I'm a strong proponent in chivalry. I always have been. And the thing that I really support is men walking closer to the curb. Now most people think this is because if a car jumps the curb, it'll hit the man, which is such a warning thought. But it actually predates that. Way back before we had flushing toilets, people would use a chamber pot. And they would throw it out their windows. And instead of just dropping it on the doorstep, they would give it a flick. And men would get shit on. So now, ladies, the next time you're worried about 15 cents an hour, remember that for the last 50 years, we've been getting run over for you, and for centuries, we've been letting people shit on our heads. Thank you, that's my time.
Keep it going for Chris Coffman, everybody.